Welcome back, gaming friends. Another exciting playthrough is about to happen, I'm sure, where I get creamed of Final Girl. This time, we're not at Camp Happy Trails fighting Hans. This is the next box in the series, although there's no, determined order or anything. But this was just, the next one that seems to be the people play, so I wanted to give this one a try. I got kind of the basic stuff here laid out. The cards are all the same. It looks like the Poltergeist here does not have any hit points, so that struck me as a little weird. We start at level 3 on the horror, so that'll start over here. We get, maybe a little bonus. Maybe that means that the Poltergeist is horror heavy, so we got to be really careful about how we handle, letting our horror get out of control. We have 2, and I don't have the other one handy. That's a bummer. Oh, it's right here. That's good news. So we have Alice and Selena are the 2 final girls in this pack here. So they're a little bit different than what did we have before? Reiko and somebody else. I already forgot their names. All right, so they're a little bit different, and we have a whole new place to go, Creech Manor. How exciting is this? Oh, there we go. Look at that. And this place has its own special rules, which I kind of want to go over those real quick here. Let's see what special rules we have. So this place has some one-way movement spaces. A few spaces have exits in one direction. There are 3 of them. 3 spaces have white arrows and lines indicating which direction you can move. The spaces are still considered to be adjacent in both directions. So that's good to know because at some point, we might have we had a bow and arrow back at the campground. Who knows what we're going to have here? This should be like Clue, right? Wouldn't that be funny if we had like a candlestick and stuff like that? I think that'd be hilarious. I actually have not seen any of this yet, by the way, either. I have literally no idea what's about to happen except for that I'm going to die. That's the one thing that I am sure of. You're not allowed to move against an arrow. You can't climb up the tire swing and go back in a window, nor can you go up through the hole in the ceiling in the washroom on the left side of the board. Enemies and victims are also subject to those rules. The rope ladder item, if used, is the only exception and turns a one-way space into a normal space. So that's pretty handy. That's kind of a good thing to get, it sounds like, if we need it. And now, so then it goes on to talk about window spaces here. Window spaces are a new type. You'll see the picture right there in front of you, that little blue circle with the window in it. New space in the Creech Manor location board. There are 2 window spaces on the right side of the house and 1 on the left. Window spaces do not have any special rules, but many terror and event cards will specifically reference them. Oh, man. That's freaky already. The ladder, the cards that refer to the ladder are specifically referring to the ladder on the outside of the building that connects the left exit space and the washroom on the 3rd floor. Okay, so yeah, here, there's a ladder right there. That's specifically the ladder that they're talking about there. Okay. All right. Let's see here. The ladder leading to the attic is artistic in nature and is never impacted by any game effects. All spaces are considered to be inside except for the 3. There's like a blue circle door spaces outside, which are pretty obvious if you look down here at the street. Those are 3 outside spaces. What else do we have? Special setup. So the graphics I have right above my head right here, that must be Carolyn and Mr. Floppy. There we are. Carolyn and Mr. Floppy cards get shuffled into these items up here, and it actually gives you a way to, make sure that they get in there, but they cannot be the starting cards. So I have to make sure that I follow the little procedure here. And then as far as the Poltergeist goes, Poltergeist has no health and cannot be attacked, damaged, or killed. Ignore any effects that would damage the Poltergeist. Okay, so maybe we won't have a candlestick here. Since the Poltergeist cannot be attacked, you do not win against her in the normal way. Instead, the only way to win against the Poltergeist is to find Carolyn and save her by reaching an outside space while she is with you. If the Forgetting Something Epic Dark Power card is revealed, in addition to finding and saving Carolyn, you will also have to find her stuffed friend, Mr. Floppy. Oh no! Carolyn may never be discarded or removed from the game, and any game effect doing so should be ignored. However, Carolyn may get shuffled back into the item deck, which is perfectly normal. Oh man, so that sounds like she gets scared and runs away from us or something. Oh, that's horrible. Mr. Floppy has an effect that can be used if it is discarded, but cannot be used until the dark power is revealed. Mr. Floppy can never be discarded due to a game effect before the dark power is revealed or the Forgetting Something Epic Dark Power is in play. What? Okay. In addition, you also have to find... Okay, so that's just the Epic Dark Power, though. And I don't know. Did I pull that out? Because I didn't want any of these crazy ones here. Yeah, I only have 3 cards here, so I must have pulled it out. So hopefully we won't have to get our butts kicked too bad, because I know I'm bad at this, and I just kind of want to see how it goes without all the epic dark powers. And the Poltergeist dark power happens at level 2 here. So we've got to modify the item deck setup here to make sure that Carolyn and Mr. Floppy are in there and not going to be the first ones. But this is the basic setup of it. It has its own set of terror and event cards. You can see they have like their little, Creech Manor logo on them, which is different than the Camp Happy Trails. Your normal starting cards and everything. And yeah, let's set this bad boy up and see how bad we get smoked. Almost forgot. And one more thing before we go. We need to talk about the story of this because, of course, they have a really cool story to go along with our, themed things here. So this is Creech Manor. Creech Manor is over 100 years old with the kind of character and historic charm that people love. It is the kind of home where every step, every new room can call to one's imagination a story from the past. But the stories of Creech Manor are filled with horrifying events, macabre happenings, and supernatural powers beyond human understanding. Go away, for evil reigns within. And then there is the Poltergeist thing, which is the testimony of a former Creech Manor groundskeeper. Let's call him Alfred. How do you fight a poltergeist? Let me ask you something. How does one fight something one cannot see? It's simple. You don't. You get the hell out of there and you don't look back. You don't turn back. You don't do anything but run. If you do, it will ruin you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Then it will kill you. And that's it. I just wanted to make sure that those were somewhere here in the beginning of these videos. And that way that we are all set up to get our butts kicked in Creech Manor.